Hey Anibabes, it's me, Yasmin,
And me, Salma.
Yo, it's Kamora. What's good?
and this is your weekly dive into all things nerd culture. Hey guys, what's up? How, how is it going?
It's going. I mean, pretty good. If I got Raymond on my eyelid now in Animal Crossing, so goals accomplished. That's it. I could die happy now.
And I
Nice,
know we're in
nice.
quarantine. I know we're in quarantine and we're supposed to be staying inside, but I've been going outside almost every day.
Shameful.
You're
Go for
terrible.
what? A man?
Whatever happened to
A
hashtag
man?
flatten the curve?
I was gonna say something, but it sounds dumb.
She just wants to
You're getting she's.
curvature of something else.
I was gonna say
That
she's
she
getting
don't want to
her curve
flatten.
flattened. Shit.
Mm-hmm. This is dead silence from Kimura is
Uh,
basically like killing me.
that's how
No,
you
but
know.
yeah,
That's how you
Kimura,
know
how
what
was
it's
your
like.
week? How's your weekend though?
Well, I'm here. Let's see. My week was going out, eating fried chicken, making my own fried chicken and eating it. I did it for a competition. I won.
Nice.
He says he didn't. He says I didn't, but I won. Like 100%. How you reheat the chicken and that shit is hard. You didn't win. You didn't win, sweetie. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
You didn't win, sweetie. I'm sorry.
Huh?
Tragedy.
It was
It was
already it was
reheated for
already
like
bad from the
a
in
minute.
the first place.
Reheated it for a minute. It was hard, like rock solid. Knock knock on wood. Hard. Mine
Fried
was
chicken?
reheated for 5 minutes in the work microwave, and it was still soft and crunchy.
Damn.
I have a lot of questions.
Yes.
I have a lot of questions for you, Kimura. So
Okay.
he reheated his chicken, same chicken, right? And it was rock hard for a
hmm
minute. Wouldn't that mean that it was already not it was not good from the get go? If when you're reheating
See.
it, you have pebbles for chicken. Listen, I'm a fried chicken connoisseur, okay? So I know
hmm
that the reheating portion of fried chicken is crucial. And if your reheated chicken is trash, then the
Then you're
chicken was
garbage.
trash to begin with. And
Cause
then for
like his
you,
his was like kind of like chewy, and then like it had like a bitter spiciness because he added too much chili paste. So, and then also he like stirred it up in a pan so it could be gooey. So he mixed the sauce and the chicken. But you're supposed to pour the sauce over the chicken and let it marinate like that. Because if you put it in all in the same pan, it overcooks, and that's what he did.
huh?
So I won that, but he's still fighting me on that.
And then what? But why are you reheating chicken for 5 minutes? That's really hot. Do
Don't
people
ask me.
reheat their
That's
food
just
for that
the
long?
way my mom reheated the chicken in the microwave. Like
Is that just like a Caribbean
like we
parent
needed.
thing? Because my dad does that.
I think so.
He was like, I swear to God, like I think it was like spaghetti and meatballs or something, and like he put it in the microwave for like 6 minutes, and like I was tight because I also had to microwave something, and it was gonna take me like a minute, and I had to wait 6 minutes, and then he was like, it's so hot. Well, duh, like what? I was very confused.
Well, you better wait 10 minutes to be in.
Mm.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you had some great fried chicken and company during
Y'all
Rona.
gonna get some too. Don't worry.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
How was your weekend,
I know I'm
Yasmin?
second place. My week has been, I would say it's been pretty good because, okay, like I was in a really big slump for most of like April and like I wasn't getting any sort of work done. And so, um, I like contacted my professors this week and was like, hey, bro, I'm mad sad right now and we're in a pandemic. Can I give you these can I like make up these assignments? And he was like, yeah, bro. Just do get that done. So I got a lot of that done. And this was mainly for like my senior research project that I have to do to, graduate. So, um, I got a lot of that done. So I felt really proud of myself. And also, I passed the 300 mark in Bleach. So
Oh
I
my
officially
god.
finished the fake car Town arc. I know, pat on the back. A little snaps for me,
Jesus
okay?
fuck.
Well deserved.
But Jesus Christ, 300 episodes. Oh my god.
Investment.
Yes. Yes. This
In
is,
what?
sometimes you just have
Bullshit?
to shut your mouth. Shut your dirty mouth.
Okay. Well, hold it. Okay. Well, shit. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
All
That
right.
was a little aggressive.
A little.
You hit a little
It
bit
was
too
just
close to
just a
home,
tad
comma.
aggressive.
It was a
I'm sorry.
joke. We're all fucking weebs. We all know that it wasn't even a. Ah.
I don't know. Something just came out of me, with that one. Um, I don't know. I don't know.
It's
That
what
just really
happens when you get too involved in a
upset
show.
me.
It's just. Mm.
And what's crazy is that I also know that it's not good. It's not good. Well, it's not bad, but it's not good. So
I'm.
It's like she
mm,
knows, but like she can't help herself.
Yeah. Oh, that'll put you out of it on it. That's
it's like the
crazy.
cosmic brownies, that you get from the corner store. Like they're not the pinnacle of culinary excellence, but they still smack.
Oh my god, they're terrible. When you're eating them, they're terrible. Like they're too chewy. They're like it's so much chocolate at one point, and then you bite into those like M&M pieces
Oh,
things. I don't
the
know what they are,
candy pieces. Oh,
and then it's just like it's so sweet. It's like sweeter than sweet. It hurts, but like afterwards, you're like, dang, I could go for another one. Like,
Right? It's really good. And then also, it's been such an interesting week music wise because in one corner of the ring, we have Miss Megan Le Stallion with the one, the only Beyonce on the Savage remix.
oof,
And then in the other corner,
Jesus.
we have Doja Cat, ex Nicki Minaj, on the Say So remix. And they're both fighting for number one this week. So I've been having a
yo.
blast watching the stands fight for this chart.
The
Okay,
Twitter
but comment though.
disagreements.
Comment. You know for a fact the day before the TikTok users like rest up phone because we about to be in it tomorrow. The dances, we I don't know about y'all, but we about to snap, quote unquote.
Oof. I mean,
Like
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for the same TikTok dance. One
over
more
and
body
over and
roll and
over
over
again.
again. If I have to watch one more little white boy stick his fucking tongue out of me, and while body rolling, I will scream. And I don't even watch these like they don't even pop up on my for you page sometimes. But sometimes like the Anibabes TikTok, I like hop onto it to like curate it a little bit, and I still get these like I still get straight TikTok is what I'm trying to say. I still get straight TikTok on the Anime podcast TikTok.
Ooh.
Boo. We hate the straights. We hate the straights. We hate the straights.
But like you know for a fact they're like, sweetheart, we about to snap tomorrow. We have so much content. Like
Oh my god. I can already see these girls pulling out their oversized t-shirts and their short booty shorts and I'm not ready for it. You know what I am ready for? The lesbians on roller skates to use say so. Ah, the lesbians on roller skates. Yeah.
We won. We won. But yeah, so
We won.
it's just been very interesting watching this whole feud come down between the Barbs and the Beehive. It's very, very interesting because
That's
they're
agreed.
usually besties, but now they're like competing for number one. And so, usually the Barbs, like, sometimes, they act a little, what's the word? Unemployed. but the Barbs have been working this season.
Oh my god, Jesus fuck. And people
Uh,
say the K-pop fandom is toxic. Ugh. People like the K-pop fandom is like y'all. I don't know. I remember the
Have you
Believers
been
and the
in One
Directioners.
Direction? Listen,
I know. I
they've
saw.
never
I was a
they've never
casual
seen it.
observer of a believe of the Directioners. Toxic is an understatement with them. But that's such a great transition topic, Salma. Look at you.
My topic of the week. I saw that
Yes.
shit smooth. Smooth. Yo, so
Yes.
this week's discussion, because it was my turn, and I figured that we haven't talked about it. We
Yes.
briefly touched upon the hot topic of this week, K-pop. BTS specifically, because that's kind of my alt group. I'm not gonna be terrible. I know that. I know that. I am a BTS stan. I'm an army. And so are the rest of us.
Let's get into it, shall we? Mm,
That is a very broad topic.
It is a very broad
yeah.
topic. Well, I guess like with the recent drop of Map of the Soul 7
Oof.
and
Oof.
BTS's concerts that got postponed. You know what? Let's narrow this down. Concert culture, BTS concert culture. Let's talk about that because it's something that we've delved into a lot as a group. We've been to a lot of concerts, concert culture, and we've just
Hmm.
generally been very involved in that type of scene. Like, how crazy do you think this concert would have been this year? Like,
Um, like in terms of what, like performance wise, or like fan
well, let's start
wise?
performance wise. Let's start performance wise
Oh,
because like
performance wise,
let's
it would have been sickening.
it would have been wonderful. You've listened to the album, right, Yasmin? Because I know Kimura hasn't.
Looks away.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. So they definitely would have ended with they would have. I'm hoping they would have started with On
Oh,
because I'm
most
gonna be
likely.
honest with you. On was okay. I didn't. It was not. It's not my favorite title track. I'm not a huge fan of it. But also, I was listening to On with Sia. What the fuck? That was
Oh,
gross. It
She
was
made me listen to it
gross.
last night, and let me tell you, that shit was ugly.
She was not cute, bro.
yeah. I
She
didn't
was
even.
not.
I'm very selective on the tracks that I listen from BTS that have like other feature artists on it because it's usually not good. So I just tend not to listen to it. So when I saw On with Sia, I'm like, oh, okay, automatic skip for me because I'm not watching it.
Oh my
What? I
god,
mean, I'm not listening to it.
you made a good
Like,
choice.
why
Like
subject
that did
myself
not
to that?
mesh at all.
When I tell
I can
you that it
imagine.
it sounded like gremlins. Like she sounded like a gremlin growling over Jimin's sweet falsetto. And I was just like, oh yes, Jimin's sweet falsetto. And then on top of I was like, bro, what? And I love
I'm.
Sia. I love Sia. I feel like she had so much potential. I feel like they should have thrown her onto Jungkook's part, like as a accompaniment. Like it was bad.
Mhm.
It was just not good. Like I think it was like the most disgusting thing. But like them and I feel like they would have probably ended with like Louder Than Bombs as a goodbye song. When I first saw the track list, I was like, "Oh, Louder Than Bombs, this is going to go off, right?" No, not Louder Than Bombs. I'm thinking of the other one. We Are Bulletproof. We Are Bulletproof. They probably would have ended
The
with We Are Bulletproof.
eternal.
The Eternal. And when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna go off, right?" And then when it was sad, I was like, "Hello, 911, my emotions."
Curveball, straight to the face. Boom.
Yo, I was just looking so forward to listening to Friends live. Like Friends.
You are my soulmate. What?
Oh my
They
god,
probably would have been like hugging each other and shit. Being like mad
it would have been the cutest fucking thing. Oh my god, I'm so over it.
best friends and
I'm
shit.
so over it. Fucking best
It's really
friends. They
sickening.
named the whole fucking track. They really said soulmates, soulmates for life. And I was like, this is disgusting. And it makes my heart hurt just because like how long have all of us known each other? Like all three of us known each other.
Sophomore year.
So
Now
like
that's
that's
just
like
me and
what
you, Kimura.
Oh.
No, I met Yasmin. Yasmin, I met you freshman year.
Yeah, you might be freshman year. But I knew Kimura since like elementary school.
Since elementary school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we're all still pretty close, all things considering. And how crazy is that? Like, how crazy? Like, that's why I was all in my feelings the last time I was listening to this album. Just like, you think about how close they've been for like a long time. You could tell that they're close and they're friends and they've been together for like super long. It made me have emotions about you guys as my friends. And I'm just like, this is this is terrible.
Oh, look at you simping.
Over y'all? That's crazy. But oh my god. So this concert probably would have been like there's a lot of new fans. So it would have been like the first concert for a lot of people. And I was just thinking about this, right? Because somebody the other day posted a TikTok of you guys remember New Work Day 2 with the fan engagement where we all got plastic bags to put over our army bombs before they changed colors, the original army bombs.
I
Oh
remember my
yeah,
first
during the
concert.
Wings tour.
Yeah, during spring day. Oh, with the
And it
rainbow.
made like the rainbow in
Oh
the
my
stadium. That was like probably one of the
yeah.
best like experiences. Period. Period.
Uh,
Period.
that
Oh
was
my
my
god.
first BTS concert. Can't forget it. So much fan service. Like,
That was like by far
Like
one of
think
the
of
best tours because
absolutely. It
like
was definitely a wonderful tour.
because like I've been to every BTS tour that they had on like the East Coast. Not so I've been to Red Bullet, Wings. I was after Wings. Love Yourself? Yeah,
It was love
Wings.
yourself and then speak yourself.
Yeah, Love Yourself, Speak Yourself. And I had tickets for this one, but
You
you
also
know.
went to when they came to KCON New York that year we graduated.
Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot KCON. Yeah, I went to KCON when they performed too. So I feel like I could like talk a lot about like their older tours cuz like I remember them more vividly.
mhm.
The Red Bullet tour was a mess. The Red Bullet tour was a mess. It was a mess. It was a mess. I can actually talk about like my experience. So like when I went to the Red so okay, ticket buying. This is my first time going to a concert because like I really liked like One Direction and like Fall Out Boy and everything, but I wasn't like allowed to go to concerts because I was like what 12. And like my Caribbean mother was looking at me crazy. Are
Understandable.
you dumb? Are you? She really hit me with the Remy Ma. Because I think one time I asked her if I could go to like a One Direction concert, and she was like, "Are you dumb?" I was like, "Oh, no." But then I was like, "This one," I was like, "No, bitch, I have to go. I have to go." My mom's not a bitch, but but I have to go. So then, I didn't get tickets the first when they first came out on sale. It was tragedy.
Oh yeah, you
And
guys were at
then,
my house trying to get tickets.
yeah, yeah, I remember, and we did not get it. So
It did
then
not
I
work.
got them. I got them. Yeah, I got them like off sale. I got them from like another third party person, whatever. Right. So then I got like I got it wasn't VIP. I think it was like P2 tickets, but I snuck into VIP because it was at
Ooh.
PlayStation Theater and everything. So then I want to
It
say
is
like
so
maybe
easy
like
to
two or
sneak into VIP
yeah,
in PlayStation
it's
Theater.
dead ass.
Always so
Like they
easy.
don't give a fuck.
You could just walk up.
But the thing about it was though was that I think like 3 weeks before our show date, or maybe like 3 weeks or 4 weeks before on our show date, right? BTS were performed in Australia and they were doing like press in Australia. And there was like this one interview that they did. You could tell like something was off with them. Like they looked irritated. Like they all looked like they didn't want to be there. So and then basically Ratmon, he like said something to V, or he was like talking about V, and it came up to the effect of like, oh, like V's so dark that you can't even see him in the nighttime, which was like really interesting for him to say because he's not far off. Like he's maybe like a shade or two lighter. So
But go
but
off.
you could tell that was yeah, you could tell that was like kind of a dig because even Sugar kind of had to like PR that moment right there, and
Oof.
then like a lot of like especially a lot of Black fans. I remember just because I was like on Tumblr at the time, a lot of Black fans were like rightfully like like tight about this and like critiquing him on it because they were like, "What the fuck? That's like fucked up to say." And then I want to say a couple days, like during that time, people were rightfully upset. This wasn't like call out culture yet. This wasn't like call out culture. Call out culture was like beginning this
To
time, but
start.
like it wasn't like it wasn't like officially defined as call out culture. But people were like, "Yo, like he should apologize." Da 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 da. That was fucked up, which it was. And then I want to say like a couple days before. I forgot exactly when, but I knew it wasn't like the day before anything that happened. But this like weirdo in Canada, this like weird white bitch in Canada, she like posted a photo of a gun and was like, "Oh, can't wait to go see BTS at the." Oh, no, she was like, "Can't wait to go see Rapmon at the Red Bullet tour in New York." And then like all the stands saw this, and we were like, "Oh shit." All the stands saw this, we were like, "Oh nah, this bitch is wilding. This bitch is wilding." So then people were like, "Oh, like are they gonna report her? Are they gonna report her?" Da 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 da. And then the concert came. We come in. It was me, my other friend, Suja. We were like together. We were in the pit. We were in like VIP, and then our other
Hmm.
friend was like sitting in the seat, and like we were enjoying the show. We were enjoying the show, and then they performed "I Need You," and then they like abruptly walked off stage, and then we're like, "Huh? Oh, okay." Encore, encore.
Oof.
Like looking back on it, it's just hilarious. But like at the time, like we were all confused and like a little scared. It's like
I'm
encore.
like, oh, okay. Do they do this a lot? Like encore, encore, come back,
Yeah,
please.
mind you, this is my first show, right? And then everyone was like, and then the staff was like, "No, the show's over. Bye." And then me and my friend, we were trying to sneak in to get do the high touch, right? And then but then we were like, we didn't have the wristbands and shit to show that we had high touch. So I was like, all right, we pushed our luck. Let's just head home. It was a good show, right? So then after we left, this was in New York City, right? So if you know where PlayStation is, PlayStation's on like 42nd Street, and like K Town is like on 32nd Street. So it's about a 10 block walk. So we were like, okay, let's go get some food before we get home, right? So then we're like walking there, and we reach this restaurant that we go to, and then we see like all the fans that are there, and they were tight. They were tight. So we were figuring out what the fuck happened. And then when they were saying that the staff got word of that white girl's post on, I think it was like either Instagram or Facebook, and they told like BTS's manager staff, and they made the decision to cut the show early because and to cancel the high touch because they weren't sure if this was real or
How
not.
serious it
And
was.
so yeah, so they cut the show, the high touch was canceled and everything, and like that was it. And I was like, oh shit, like I was so sad. I was like, I bet you're never coming back to America again. I'm never gonna see these niggas again. I was really in my bag, bro. I was like, this is not fair. Why does white people have to ruin everything for us? Da, 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 da.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was Red Bullet. But then they enjoyed like all their other tour stops. It was just like New York that was just like the most garbage one.
Of course.
Yeah, it was.
RM
And
still talks about that too. RM's still
Till
kind of
this
mad about
day.
that.
because they were shook. They were dead ass shook. Imagine, right? Like you are a rising K-pop group in the act, you're going on your first major tour, first major world tour. You're working out the kinks, there's seven of y'all. So of course there's gonna be disagreements and arguments and things like that. Y'all were young. Then as you're performing, right? Performing, giving on a show, all that, you get word from your staff that there may be someone with a gun in the audience ready to shoot you. Huh? In a country, and you come from a country where guns are illegal? I'd be shook too. I'd be shook because I think like Rap Monster at the time he was like not. He was like 19, I think.
Yeah, they were young.
He's like
Yeah.
yeah, they were young.
Very
And this was
young.
probably like their first time like going out like of the country for like an extended period of time being in America. Like so
Was it? No, they
it
had already
was it
done
was
American
bad.
Hustle Life by then.
I mean, yeah, but like I mean like they were performing that like they did American Hustle Life for like what, like 1 or 2 months. But this was,
Yeah.
this was like their first time like actually like touring and like being in the country for like an extended amount of time. So like you could imagine how that had like a toll on them
The
and
mix of
how
emotions, like slightly traumatized.
Slightly. Doesn't Jimin still not like New York? Like, I'm pretty sure
Okay,
they
just
really don't like New
traumatized.
York. I don't blame them though. That really was scary. That was like a little bit before I was
yeah.
like super into them, so I didn't end up going to that concert at all. But yikes, yeah, I can imagine how like pissed off everybody would have been. I mean,
Everyone
honestly, I'm
was
not gonna lie to you. Every
tight, bro.
single New York concert has been a mess, though. Every single New York concert has been a mess. I do
Some
not.
way or another.
Yeah, I really don't remember it not being a mess like at all. Because what
True.
came after that? Like after
What
that, it
that
was
was
Cake on New York.
oh no 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 no, let me let you know. After that was the TMG tour that they did. A mess. Oh,
What?
oh, I don't think y'all know this. Okay, so there was like so there was a little tour. I wouldn't say a tour, it was more so like a fan meeting, like a fan sign tour that they had
Okay.
in between the first Red Bullet tour that they did and KCON. So it was like right after the Red Bullet tour, maybe like a couple months after. And then BTS and this company called like TMG, they like were doing this like fan sign thing, where it's basically like how they would do a fan sign in Korea, where you get to, say hello, they'll do some skits, you get to like talk to them for a little bit, they sign your stuff, etc., right? So I think they didn't have one in New York. That one that I remember for obvious reasons, you know.
Of
So they
course.
have one in
Of
Toronto.
course.
They had one in Georgia. I think they had one in LA, if I'm not mistaken, or like one in like Seattle, or it was like one of those somewhere on the West Coast. So I heard the one in Toronto wasn't bad, but I think they like ran out of stuff, like ran out of shit that they were supposed to give their to the people that paid tickets. Like I don't know if it was like goodies or some shit like that, and but it wasn't like so bad to where like there it was a problem. You know what I mean? When they went to
Mhm.
Hmm.
Georgia, bitch, tell me
What happened in
how
Georgia? Whoa.
the tell me how in Georgia, TMG, they oversold tickets for the venue. So there was
Oh
more tickets than they were
no.
seats in the venue.
Oh
They
my god.
oversold it by like a huge number. Like I think like up to like 100 people couldn't get in. couldn't get in the
Damn. Did they get their money back? They better.
Oh my
oh,
god.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. So then they're in for, and mind you, I think it was like a big rainstorm that was going on that time too. So everybody was out there
Oh
soaking
no.
wet, trying to get in. Not only that, the mics weren't working, or they didn't have enough mics. They didn't have enough stuff for them to sign. So then, BTS had to like just find shit off the ground to go sign and give it to people.
Oh no.
And then like they did a little bit of the fan sign, but I think they like cut it off early, and then this BTF was left. TMG were like throwing, like the staff was like being extremely rude to BTS and the people that paid to go see them. And it was just trash. And then they left early. And then like they all like came in, and then like the people who were in there, they were like yelling at like the lady who was like running it. And like I do remember there was like this one bitch, she was like, "We are suing in the state of Georgia."
Oh my
Like that
god.
shit was crazy. That shit was really crazy. And then like the lady who ran that company, like that touring company that BTS was doing, the TMG company, she was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, we're suing BTS because we didn't get money for the mics and da 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 da."
Oh my
To this
god.
day, we never got. They were like some. There was like some form. They were like some form of like scam company, and I think like people were trying to get like their money back, like the people like tickets for their money back, but like it wasn't. They couldn't get it through TMG, so then they had to call their banks to say it was a fake. It was a fraud.
Oh my god.
They've had to put
So
forward
yeah,
fraud claims against this company.
yeah. I think at
That's
this point now the company's defunct. Like they're not around anymore.
they
But
have to be. There's no way they're still active.
like yeah, that tour was a mess. Like the
No
first
wonder.
two, they never talk about it to this day.
No. No wonder BTS does nothing in America because they have been
They
they
motherfucker hate it here.
they're like I've been hurt so many times.
Don't know what to believe.
Oh my
Yeah, like
god.
that
Country
shit was
road,
crazy.
take me
Take me
home
home.
to
It
a
was
place I belong.
West Virginia.
Mountain mama, take me home. Country road.
like honestly, if you were in army from like 2013 to 2015, that was some of the funniest. You missed some of the funniest shit that happened, bro. Like
Oh my god,
just
yeah.
bizarre. Oh my god.
I
And
didn't
then
realize
I
how
think like
old that is until like yeah, until people were saying like, "Oh my god, I wish I had been into them during the Wings era." I was like, "Huh? Some of you haven't been around since the Wings era? Hello?" I'm
yeah,
concerned. I was just like, "Oh god."
I guess I'm like a geriatric army, I'm a veteran or something cuz
Yeah, you
cuz
out here, you
I've been
dead, bro.
around. Cuz people don't
Second
even know.
generation army.
People don't even know like how they never heard of that TMG scam. They don't even know who Tony is, which is good cuz
Oh
fuck Tony.
no.
They probably don't even know who fucking Tony is or
Oh
watched.
no,
They probably don't even
Tony.
know what Rookie King was. I still think Rookie King to this day is one of their funniest. Um,
Rookie King is
is one of their
one of
funniest
their
like
funniest things to
It was
me.
variety
hilarious.
show because they were poor when they were doing it, so it so it just like these dudes were
BTS
dirt
still
poor.
act like they're poor. They still act like they're poor when they're
Didn't like
getting these prizes. They really still be acting like
didn't
they're
like
broke
Jungkook
broke.
steal a frying pan from one of the shootings that they did? A frying pan. He was like, "Oh,
I
hey,
think somebody
oh, this is about
realized.
to be. I'm about to be shucking it up."
Nah, that's probably a gift for Jin so he can chef it up for him because he can't.
Yo, yeah, no, didn't that episode prove that Jungkook just can't cook? Like,
Like, look, Hyung, look what I got you. Look
potatoes are
at.
sticking to the plate, bro. Oh my god, right, crazy. But like, oh my god, fucking KCON. What went wrong during KCON? I think what went wrong during KCON was the surprise bags with the ticket that you got. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm sorry, I must interrupt just to say I caught an oarfish.
You're
Like
still
I
playing
wasn't.
Animal Crossing?
I really can't fucking stand you. You're playing Animal
Oh my
Crossing while
god.
recording.
But I caught an oarfish.
You're terrible.
I hope to
Whoop de
catch
doo.
more fish.
You are terrible.
This thing is huge. If you play Animal Crossing, you would know how important this is to me right now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, what went wrong during during KCON?
I
Like I
think KCON
know,
actually was pretty smooth, if I remember
no,
correctly.
but it was
But
like the
I
whole
could be
thing where like
mistaken.
people were buying that I don't know if it was like a fan sign type of thing that they were doing inside. I know people got to shake hands with them. Like, I know that is something that happened.
Really?
All right, moving on
I
from
do not
KCON.
remember this.
Yeah,
KCON
yeah.
was actually good though. I remember they were like the biggest act during KCON, and that was when Fire
The
happened.
concert part of it was
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to go. Meh.
you were not. It was hilarious.
Suck my dick.
Um I can't.
And then it was Wings, iconic. Wings was iconic. That was like the best show because well, where me and Kimura were at, like
Hey, I
we
was in a
had
pretty good place too.
limited pushing. Yeah, you were in a better place, but you were
And like
getting
it was
pushed to
close
shit.
to
You
like
were
the
getting your shit rocked sis, in that pit.
Oh, I no, yeah, like I was in a good place, but what's it called? I was getting somebody pulled me down by my hair.
the
And
one
if
point where
you
you
are the bitch,
disappeared from our view. Like we were just like, "Where's Selma?"
and the Sama popped back up looking like she had almost like, yo, I swear to God, I had short hair too. Like they had to grab a whole fistful. Like they really did that better than any boyfriend I've ever had. Like, god damn, like
Oh,
they really grabbed a whole fistful of my hair and
okay.
dragged me down.
And then almost drowned in a sea
Jesus
of people.
Christ.
Oh my god, that was so cute. Oh my god, that is the concert
Yeah.
that Jungkook like smiled. I caught another oarfish. Okay,
I really can't with you.
I am enjoying my life right now. Really, um, that's one to sell and one to give to Blathers. Perfect. But oh no, like what's it called? Yeah, I was protecting this girl that I met. It's like I was on because I know you guys all got P1 tickets and I only got a P2 ticket. Like that was the only ticket I could get.
Hmm.
So I know you guys were gonna go be all together. It was you and Yasmin and Suja, right? And
Hmm.
you were all together, and I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get to where you guys were gonna want to be. So, there was a girl on the Facebook page, the Facebook page they make for every concert,
Buy,
and she was
sell,
like, "Hey, I need
trade.
somebody to go with." Yeah, the buy sell trade page. Because originally I was trying to get a P1 ticket and I couldn't get it. I think I actually got that ticket off resale, right? I don't know. The point is, I got a P2 ticket. And this girl, Becky, she was like, "Oh, I have no one to go with. I'm flying up from some southern state or Midwest state, I think." And she was like, "Oh, well, does anybody want to be like a line buddy with me?" And I was like, "Hey, we're gonna hold a line. We're gonna line up. We're gonna overnight it. We were like there overnight, right?"
Yes, we were.
Yeah, we
It was so
camped
cold.
out. Yeah, that was the day we ended up camping out, and we were like, "Oh, they're gonna stay out for the whole night." And I was like, "Hey, if you want to help us camp out, like we'll let you be in line wherever we are, and you could stay with me because she also had a P2 ticket." That's actually how I ended up in the P1 area. Was because we were so close to the front. It's like, who was really gonna stop me?
Not
Nobody.
even
True.
then. Like they didn't like barricade it correctly, if I remember correctly. Like
They had no barricade between P1 and P2. Technically, they weren't supposed to let the P2 people in until after the P1 people, but like I guess they saw that I was with you guys and it was just a group of P1 people and they were just like, "You know what, just go." Cuz I had like we slept there overnight
Yeah.
and that's actually before camping got really crazy for BTS concerts.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, okay. I do remember that. So it was Friday and it was a Friday and Saturday show. We went to the Saturday show, right? I do remember people
Yeah.
saying for the Friday show that people were already lining up from like Monday, Wednesday ish. So I already knew from jump like these bitches were crazy, right? But when it was Saturday, like because all the Friday people were just going in, all the people who were waiting for Saturday, we just hopped over the barricade and they were like,
Facts.
okay, as long as you like clean up and like, be cool. Like the security guards was like, as long as y'all like chill and be cool or whatever, like y'all could do your thing here. So we are like, okay, bet. So we
Yo,
just,
but like
threw out some garbage,
they
hopped over the
wanted to
barricade,
jump the
called it
barricade.
a day.
No, they wanted to jump the barricade so bad, and the security was like, "No, we gotta clean up first. Like y'all can't be here." And everyone was like, "We'll clean up for you. We'll clean up. Don't worry about it." And then like everyone in unison jumped the fence, put all the food and garbage in, extra blankets, and made the blankets into a garbage bag, and then threw it over the fence so then security can take it out later. And then that's when everyone started setting up camp right after. And the
Like
They
that
security
shit
guard
they
was
was like,
fucking
That's
"Damn."
so
crazy.
true. They were like, "Y'all are obsessive, huh?" And we were all like, we're good."
We're good
Just like
people, we
mind your
swear.
business.
You guys don't have to do anything. You guys don't have to touch anything. We're gonna camp and be good people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, amazing,
And
awesome.
like, okay. And where we were in line, I think we were like the first like 60 to 100 people. Like we were pretty like close.
I think we were like 80 something.
So
I thought we were
what? I
closer. I
thought we
thought
were
it was
like
like
40.
50s. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we
I
were
thought
like
we were
40. We were like
like
40,
20 to
50s.
40. I do not remember us being that far back. We were because we were literally pressed up against the glass part of
Yeah, we were like
Prudential
a few
Center.
feet away from the
Like
door.
we really were not
We
that
just
far.
got
And
like
the only reason
pushed
we were really
back. Yeah,
no,
because
the only reason
when
we were
it
in
was like,
40s is because people were holding places for the line. We're
yeah,
holding up to 10 people. Yeah.
which was insane.
But like honestly,
But
in
it
line
actually
we were
kind of worked
technically like
out.
the third. It worked out better that way, honestly. I feel like that's better than what they did for
We'll
Citifield.
get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. So yeah, but I think like Wings overall was like a I wouldn't say enjoyable camping experience because like bitch, who wants to sleep out on the street like willingly, you know? But
It was
like
cold.
Wings was
It was
like
just so
yeah, it
cold.
was cold. But like I
Had
remember
it
the
not been
girls
cold, it would
in
have been
front of
fine.
us. Yeah, I remember like the girls who were like directly in front of us. They were like pretty cool. I remember them giving us like hot pads when we were out there, and like I remember like there was like girls like who bought like coffee and they bought like donuts for like most of the people like in the front of the line, including us. Like I do remember that, and I was like, oh, that's really nice of them and stuff. And I remembered like meeting like fans and stuff. Like I remember meeting this black girl that was there. Like they were really cool. So that was yeah. Overall, like the camping experience for Wings was pretty cool, and like everyone was just really they were just really
Really
chill.
nice. Everybody was really nice. Yeah. And I say this about every single camping experience I've ever had for K-pop concerts. It's fine. Everybody's friendly up until we're going inside. And then after that, everybody's
Then
on their
all
own.
hell breaks loose.
Nobody has friends.
Yeah, and then Wings
Okay.
overall, I just enjoyed the show. Then it's
Oh,
Citifield, the
City
ghetto.
Field. City. Oh my god, bro.
The
Can we just talk
Ghetto.
about how disastrous that whole lining up thing was? Because nobody was gonna line up that early until those crazy girls showed up, and I, hmm,
From
So
like what, Sunday before?
let's paint the
yeah,
picture. Let's paint the picture. So the show is on a Saturday. These four bitches, and I mean that with I mean that with all disrespect. I hate these women. And
ah,
if y'all listening to this, I want you to know I don't like you. And when I see you, it's really popping. Especially the
it's
It's
Sean
on
on
Penn
site,
Dash
baby.
bitch.
site.
That
It's on site, baby.
Exactly.
when
The
I see
redheaded
you,
girl, the tall one who thinks that just because she's fucking tall, I won't knock her down a peg. I swear to God, if I see, it's on site. It's on site for y'all. It's
She will
on
these
beat you
women
the
were
site.
fuck up. No
insane.
cap.
Like these women were literally insane. Literally insane. So then,
Literally.
so literally, so they started camping the Sunday before the show. A whole entire
Nobody was
7 days
out there.
before the
Nobody was
fucking
even
show.
thinking
No
about
one
that.
was planning
Nobody was even
because
thinking
most of
about
the
it.
people, yeah, most of the people who were going like lived in New York City or like lived in like the surrounding area. So like most people were just like, okay, like they were probably gonna come on like a Wednesday, Thursday maybe. That's probably the earliest. But these bitches, they started the precedent. That's where shit fucked up. That's where shit went left when it came to camping. Cause they started to come, right? They set up tent and then everyone got nervous because we were like, oh shit, like if these girls are gonna come, if these girls are starting already, we need to get there too. Because if you remember, like City Field holds like what, like 40,000 people. So like the pit was easily going to be like 6,000 strong. Imagine being behind,
Yeah.
bro. You're not seeing shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So then we all, and then I do remember this was like during this was during like midterms time for me because it was in October.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember that. Was it October?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was in October
Yeah. I
because
remember
it was
that it was like
chilly.
an important scholarship time. I remember I was the first one to go out there because I was like, if we don't go out there and secure a spot, we are not going to be able to see anything. So I took myself and a tent all by my lonesome onto that line, only to find out that they had implemented a line leader, and that those four girls specifically had implemented their own system of, oh, you can only hold a spot for one other person, and one person, and at least one person per the two people have to be here at all times. And I was like, this is so stupid. And this was when I was still studying to be an EMT. I was like, how the hell am I going to do all of my responsibilities and then still, like, I had a job, I was studying, like, I had no free time, and yet I was still there trying to hold spots for how many of us were there?
Facts.
7? There were 7, and I was just like, yo, it's crazy. Like,
Ye-
it was
And
bad.
then
Like,
Like
you got
these
rained
bitches
out,
were
right?
out of their
oh, I got
mind.
washed out. Yo, we were on, when I tell you we were on the street, I don't know if anybody's ever been to Citifield Stadium. The other side is just abandoned lots. It's like an abandoned parking lot type thing. It's overgrown. There's there's glass and rocks and everything everywhere. And the people who got to hit the sidewalk and set their camps up on a sidewalk, like, great. But the rest of us kind of had to go into that little abandoned parking lot. We got flooded out. I got flooded out specifically. And then I remember during the first night, one of these little one of those motherfuckers, and I think she's a fan site too. I think she
Yeah,
is a fan site.
I
She
think
was like,
the one
she
with
came up.
the shark head who looked like a fucking
Hammerhead shark.
hammerhead
No,
shark.
I'm talking about the
Yeah,
only
that one.
Asian one out of all of them. The only Asian one out of all of them. She came by. She was like,
Oh,
we're just checking to make sure all the girls are in the tent where they're supposed to be. I was like, bitch, it's raining. One. Two, get out of my face before I beat you with this goddamn umbrella. She's like, well, where are the rest of the people? I was like, mind your business. Get out of my face before I beat you with an umbrella. Because at this point, all of our tents were flooding. Like, and there were police out there. They were just trying to help us. I feel so bad for the police that got involved here. They really were like just trying to help us. And this little girl, I swear to God that if John John hadn't been there, like, I don't know what I would have done. I really don't know what I would have done. Like, I was just so stressed. It was gross. It was bad. Like, our tent flooded. Everything was soaked. It was bad. I
Yeah, I never got that 10 back. Well, I did get it back, but that shit was fucked up.
We had to buy a
that
whole
was
new
bad.
tent for the next day.
It was fucked up. And then when they started like when they moved it into the parking lot, like it was literally like Lord of the Flies in the parking lot. Like it was like these girls did have no form of sanitary condition. There were bitches wearing their concert outfits for a week in there. Sick. You're all sick.
Disgusting.
Sickening. Sick.
And not to
Sick.
mention with how the bath, like where the porta potties were, like how that smelled. The like first thing in the morning, the wave of just fish that you get first thing in the morning is literally like it will be etched into your nose for the rest of your life. I will never forget that smell. It's horrifying.
I never used those porta potties. I walked to Target. I was like, no. I was like, no. No, thank you, baby. No. And I was in and out of there for like the whole week. You spent more time there. I literally was just in and out of there to bring you guys food and supplies and chargers and stuff like so. Like, Yasmin, you also spent a night out there too, huh?
Yep, she
Yeah,
spent the
I
night out
spent
with
like
me after I spent like a day and a half.
and then after that, I was like, no, I'm going. I'm going to someone's house. I went to like a friend of a friend's house in the Bronx, and I went to Veronica's house actually.
Yeah.
You know, I was there because I was like, this is the ghetto. This is ghetto. And then, mind you, like we're trying to sleep out there. Mind you, these bitches are a V Live comes on, and it's like, oh my god, like literally just like
They're live!
pockets, like do do
Everybody!
do do.
Wake up! They're live! Oh my god.
And I was just like,
Like, if
are
you
you
don't shut
insane?
the hell up.
Are you insane? And it just got worse. And then I remember like when we had to officially line up, right? I was coming from from my friend's house. Well, from from my friend's house. And then we were getting back into line and I saw this mother like arguing with the same line leader girls, right? And then they were like, "Oh, because okay, so basically like long story short, the mother was trying to be with her daughter because her daughter was online and her daughter, her daughter was like I think young, like 16. Oh, well, we can't confirm that you're her actual mother, and like if you were her mother, you would have like the same number. And the because I think the mother let the girl stay out there with her friends, and the mother came like later, like was gonna come to
Yeah, she came the
meet up
day
with
of,
them
the
like
morning of.
now, and then they were like, "No, you can't let we can't. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to. It's not fair if we let you skip. There's 1,000 people already out here." Da, da, da. I was like. You're not gonna let a mother be with her kid in line, her underage kid? Have you lost
Yeah,
your
bro. I
fucking
remember
Sickening.
minds?
that
Like,
everybody
these
around
women were
them,
literally
like,
insane.
yo, and
They almost got jumped. I remember that.
we are skipping the biggest atrocity of the City Field experience. I like everything else was like normal standard bullshit, right? We got rained out, whatever, like the weather was terrible. We were out there for way too long. It was horrible. Like they weren't gonna let like a mother go into line with her daughter. The real atrocity, the thing that makes people rage about it till this day, and it makes me want to wring one of their necks straight up, is them letting in another 10 to 20 people. They were holding spot for like 20 to 30 people. Do you
Yeah,
guys remember
28
that?
people. It was 28 people. They let 28 people jump the fucking
Remember?
line. Yo!
Because what happened
And where
was
were
that those
they? In their
girls.
hotel.
Mm-mm.
Those girls
I
had
remember
just
because
flown
those
in
girls that
from the
joined,
other
yeah,
concert.
and they were like fan cams or some shit, or like they were like friends with them. Yeah, I remember.
The rest of
I
us could only hold one
remember.
extra place, but they were holding spots for 28 people. And I remember that people really got up into their faces. And had we not been moved into the parking lot of City Field by then and
They would have
being
got
surrounded
jumped,
by cops that are watching us, they would have gotten ripped to
Stomped
shreds.
out. Done.
Oh my God.
and then they were
And
trying
their
to make
little
the black.
attitudes.
And then what really pissed me off was that they were trying to make like the black armies look fucking insane. Like they were trying to because the black there was mostly like the black girls that were coming for them because they were like, how are you gonna bring 28 fucking people there, but then you're dictating how many people we can bring? Like go suck my dick. Like what? But then they had to. But
Mm-hmm.
then
She was like,
they
don't
were
be
acting
so
all big and bad,
aggressive.
aggressive, bitch. And then
Sis,
they
I
called
will rip your hair
security.
out.
They were
They
calling
did.
security and
They were
shit.
so big and bad. They were really saying, especially the tall girl with the red hair, the
And the
one with the
receding
Tata
hairline.
And
headband.
the muscle
No,
jaw.
the receding headband girl. Oh my god, the receding hairline girl. I was ready to take her out. I was ready to take her out. Like, and I'm not alone in the sentiment. I am not alone. We were surrounded by people who were just sick and tired of them, completely sick and tired of them. It it was disgusting how rude they were, how presumptuous they were, and how they spoke to you when you spoke to them. They were so disrespectful in general. It's like it was just so bad. It was bad. It was like bad. It was terrible. And I know that all of them still are around, and I know that they're definitely going to be at this concert because they usually are at this concert. I hate seeing them.
Yeah. I'm glad, but I think like BTS, their team, or just like the touring team of that, like realized that y'all they can't do that shit no more, and it just has to be seated. That's why like the last two shows, well, love your speak yourself, and this tour are gonna be seated because of all that shit that happened, which I'm happy with. Okay, like when we went to speak yourself, like I had
I'm
terrible
okay with
seats.
it.
I mean, I could barely see shit from where I was,
It
but
was
it was
still a
fine because
better.
like I could sit, like I could sit.
It was just so
I don't
crazy.
have to
Like,
be, and then the
are we
pushing. Oh
forgetting the
my
girls who tried
fucking god!
wait. Oh my god, the
Oh,
pushing. But
oh,
wait,
oh,
before we
oh,
even
oh.
talk about the actual concert, the girls who try to pretend that they were Veronica, they were our friend Veronica in line,
No,
and they
I'm
realized
Veronica.
Veronica
No,
had to pull
okay.
out her whole ID. She's like, "Oh, I'm Veronica." She was like, "Yeah, I'm Veronica," because she even had the thing on her hand. Because I remember, because I know who was holding what spots for who. Because we were not together. We were technically like a couple spots behind each other.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's all I'm saying. It's just like, oh my god, they try to pretend that they were Veronica. She's like, no, I'm Veronica. And our friend Veronica pulls out her whole ID. Is like, no, I'm Veronica. You want to try again? I was like, ooh. And then they passed us when like they were only a couple of spaces back too. They were not that far back from where we were. And we were like 200th in line. And
Yeah,
mind you, we had lined up for like 5 days straight, and we were still 200th in line. How crazy is that? And it's just like,
Thanks.
oh yeah, they lined up and they were like, and we were assholes about this. We really were petty about it. We were like, oh, I'm
Yo.
Veronica.
No,
No,
yeah.
I'm
I
I'm
remember we
her.
like
Veronica.
met them
No.
like when we got off the line and they were like getting checked or whatever, and they were about to come off. I remember we all grouped up. I was like, "So who's Veronica now?" Oh,
It's
hey Veronica, what's up, girl?
because And this is why, right? Because when Veronica got off the line, they were looking at her like they were mean mugging her and me because I also had to say something. They were mean mugging us, and then
They're
like
mean
they
mugging
were
all
big
of
and
us.
bad, and they were approaching us. They were approaching us until we all grouped together, and it was like, oh, who's Veronica? They realized we outnumbered them, so it's like
Who's
And they were
Veronica now?
quiet, quiet, quiet,
exactly
But
if you're gonna
yo,
do
crickets.
something like that,
in
just
mid,
take the
like
L and go.
in the concert though, they were like they were directly diagonal from us. They were mean mugging us the whole time, and I'm like, Veronica,
With her
hi.
Tata headband. With her Tata headbands. That shit was really
Y'all are giving V stand a really bad name. Like, please take yourself and go.
Oh my god. Like that shit was really crazy. Sis was
Veronica,
really
hey,
mean.
how are
She
you?
was
Enjoy your concert.
She was
when
crazy.
I
She
tell
was
you she
mean.
was panini pressed, oh my god. Like sis was really tight, yo.
For no reason, she ended up like literally in the same spot that we did, just across the stage. It was the same thing.
Listen,
Like
jealousy
it
is
was
a
It was the same
disease,
unnecessary.
thing.
bitch. Get better.
It really is. Oh, we had
And then
great seats for that. We were right at barrier on the extended
yeah,
stage. Not extended stage. We were
right?
on the walkway. Oh, this is beautiful. We were right in front of where they came out from under. Oh, Sugar
Oh,
looked at us.
okay.
Sugar looked at us.
But here's what got me tight. Here's what got me tight. So
What doesn't
I'm gonna
get you
put this
tight?
in perspective. I'm 5'6" and a half, 5'7". Kamora, you're like what, 5'10", 5'11".
Yep.
Salma, you're like 5'7", right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you're just 5'11", 5'10", 5'11". All of our other friends are around the same height ish.
Everybody's we're all the shortest
We're
is
all
basically you. It was because Dulce is what 5'5". Okay, so the shortest person was 5'5". And then up to that, up to like 5'11", like all seven of us are pretty damn tall. But we had tall shoes on too
yeah.
because
So
we're
we had
terrible.
platforms and everything.
Yeah.
So tell me why people who are 5'3" and below are directly behind us, complaining that they can't see. I want you to really, I listen, the vertically challenged people, you know, I
Vertically
want y'all to
challenged.
really, I want you to hear me and hear me out very well. The vertically challenged armies. If you are ever planning on going to a BTS concert, right, and it is pit, and you are not at least 5'5", and you're gonna be wearing some form of height altering shoes, don't do pit. You don't do pit because what I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be pushed around like a rag doll. And it's gonna be even worse for you because you're short. Second, you're most likely not gonna see shit unless you are literally at barrier. If you're not at barrier, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time, a waste of money. Just do P1 seats. You'll enjoy the show. You'll never have to deal with people pushing on you and being aggressive and shit. You won't have to deal with it. Because me, as a
And
tall
like,
person, I'm not moving behind. Yeah.
you know what really like grinds my gears? It's like when you're like tall, right, and you're at the barrier, and then some like little 5 foot girl come. Can I stand in front of you? No, no,
No,
no, you can't.
no. I
You should
paid
one.
I
You should have
paid
been
just
here
as
earlier.
much money to be here as
and
Like
and not
you
just
should
that,
have been here earlier.
specifically for that concert, like we camped out, and these were girls with like 900 on their hands because of course we were still branded by which number we were at online, and these were girls with like 900 thousands on their hands. From the thousands all the way in the back, they managed to wiggle their way through because they're shorter than everybody. To come
and
up to
then
the
they
people
passed
at
out
barrier and
because
be like, can we be in
no,
front of you?
no,
No,
baby
no,
girl,
No, no,
no,
you can't.
no.
And I'm
no.
gonna say this right
Unless you're
now.
gonna
If you're
push me
short
out,
and you
it is not
ask me,
happening.
I will punch
It's not
you.
happening.
I will punch you to the back. Do not ask me. Okay? Don't ask
Like
me.
you're gonna be really
Because the answer will be no.
like I
Can we
out of
talk
all the
about my
things during concerts, that's what gets me tight. Like I don't understand what you want me to do, baby girl. I'm not moving. I got here first.
nope,
Sorry that you can't see.
buy
You
some
seeing is
platform
not my
shoes?
issue. You need to make sure you're able to see.
And then a lot of them
Sorry,
ended up
sis.
passing out. A lot of
Ex-
them just ended up passing
there
out
was
and
like
having to get pulled out of the pit. The
I
girls, I feel
will
bad
never
for those
forget.
girls. I really do feel bad. They were like 14. They were
I
not
will
old enough to be in a pit.
I will never forget. There was like this one girl behind me. She had to be like 4'11" or like 5 feet. Like she was very short, And then like she was just like her and her little friend. I heard them in the back. They were basically scheming on how like she was gonna like I don't know kick me in the knees or some shit so I could like move in so that she could move in and like sneak in or some shit like they were literally scheming to get behind to get in front. I was like, oh word, okay, I'm gonna definitely make sure you're not getting in front. Right? So then the show starts. We're like 20 minutes in. I feel old girl fall to her knees. So I'm like, oh shit. And then people are like, she's passed out. So I'm like, ah shit. So then me and Suja, we had to help her. We had to help pull her out of the of the
But also
barricade because
make
she
sure
passed
no
out.
one gets in between y'all.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, because people
because
were using
again, like
people
these
passing
bitches
out
was
as an ex
literally it
to
was
try to like sneak in forward.
like
Scheming.
these bitches were insane. But then what was really the part that I will never forget was that like her friend, right? She was like crying. She was like hysterical. She's like, I don't know where she's gonna be. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Yeah. And so then I was like, I felt bad. So then I was like, I was calming her down. I was like telling her to calm down. I was like, hey, it's okay. She's gonna be with the EMT. Like, it's all right. She was like, oh, but she's my friend, and like she wants to go see this concert. Like her mom doesn't even know where she is. And then I was like, okay, like the EMT, they're gonna help her out. It's okay. Like it's alright. It's fine. Whatever. I think like so Jin he like came out and he started doing Epiphany. Old girl was like, Jin, oh my, I love you, Jin. I was when I tell you, I was I was speechless. I was like, wow. What happened to your fucking friend? I guess it's fuck her
Oh,
then, right?
yo, y'all remember the lady with the baby?
No, the
She
lady
had
with
a
the
whole
Yes.
carriage in there, yo.
She had
oh
a
my
baby.
god,
I
the
think
lady
the
with the
baby had like those
baby. I
like ear
know she had to have.
protectors. She was
That's so bad. Get a
insane. Like it was
babysitter.
literally
Oh my god,
like what
that was
the
disgusting. That was the
like
grimiest moment I have ever witnessed.
jail,
Uh,
jail, jail. You need
jail
to go
for
to
mother.
jail.
Jail.
Mommy, why can't I hear
Jail. What the
anything?
hell?
Well, let me tell you about what happened at the fall of 2018.
Oh my god, that was crazy. It was just wild. It was really like
Jail.
I can't even be jail for that lady because it was just so bad.
And then I do remember there was like someone who was in a wheelchair who was in at the show too, but they weren't in like the ADA like accessible like part. And I was like, what the like this is dangerous. Like this is dangerous. This is like there was just so like
Someone gonna kick
the
that wheel.
Citifield was a disaster. Like Citifield was a
Citifield was a
disaster. Oh
disaster.
my god. Like
It was terrible.
the show was really good and like we got a lot of like fan service shit happening. It was really great. And like I like it was a good show, but like the people like that I have to say that was probably one of my worst. Like okay, like Red Bullet
That
was
was
up
one of
there
the
when it came to
worst
like
concerts.
yeah, but that was terrible.
I would
That was
say, yeah,
absolutely terrible.
dude, I got bruised ribs from that concert.
Like we had
I
Didn't you
bruises.
get
had,
like hand, foot, mouth disease?
Yeah,
I got hand, foot, mouth disease too from that concert. I had hand, foot, mouth disease, and also bruised ribs from that concert specifically because there was a moment where the securities got on the podiums and they told everybody, move back. And I know people have video of me being a crazy person telling people to move back before I started bludgeoning them with my goddamn army bomb. Um,
Move back,
and there was a
go
moment where
back.
they did everybody like receded and I finally had room to breathe and I moved a little away from the barrier just to take like a slight step back. And all of a sudden, I don't remember which song came on, but a song came on and boom, the whole crowd went right back and they shoved me directly onto and almost over the barrier. Like I almost got sent
oh, it
over the
was really
barrier. It was
bad.
so bad that the EMTs came up to me and they were like, "Do you need to be pulled out?" I was like, "I was here for 5 days. I
I'm
am
I
not
good.
ain't getting pulled out for
moving.
shit.
I will, I
And
will
then they
puncture
started
a
throwing
lung."
water. They started throwing water into the crowd, like, here, for you. Take it.
I think that's where I caught hand, foot, mouth disease. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I have to. I do say though, like for all the shows that I've been to, the security guards have been like the best part of the show. Well, not the best. Well, that have been like one of the
They
redeeming
would like
parts of like all the craziness, because like they like
shout out to
Yeah.
recognize this nonsense.
yeah, shout out to the security lady at Prudential. You guys remember her? We saw her for like 3 years in a row in charge of them. And she was so tired of everybody's nonsense at their
Yeah.
last
Oh
show
my
at
god, the lady
Prudential
with
for
the
Wings.
dreads.
Yeah. Oh my
Yes.
Yeah,
god. We
she
saw
was
her
And
for
there was
she was
like
KCON.
dope.
there was a lady inside who showed us a picture. She was like, "Oh yeah, I got to see them for like a second. Like, look, they're right here." We're like, "Oh, that's so nice." They were like, "Yeah, the whole staff got to meet them for like a brief moment." I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, lucky."
And like I remember there was like a
Lucky.
manager. I'm pretty sure it was like it was a manager for BTS, or like one of their like tour managers of some sort. Cause at Citifield, he was super cool. Like he was he like he was like I remember he like pointed at the like underneath the walkway, and he was like, y'all should. He
Yeah,
like
he
gave
was
us
just
that
like,
look
"Look,
like
keep
keep
looking."
checking. Yeah, and
He's
then
like,
that's
keep
when
looking.
like they
And
all
that's
came
what
out, and they like, and then they look a little confused. They were like, "How did they know that we were coming out here?" Like I remember Yumi was confused. He was like, "Huh?"
He was
he really looked
perplexed.
he was like, how did you guys know? Because we were staring at him. We were like, hi. And he was like, he gave us that look. He was like,
Okay.
Okay, if you say,
Yeah.
I guess.
It's like, I suppose, you guys.
And then like I remember he
Oh, that
gave us
was
like
so funny.
water. Like the security, that same guy, he like gave us water. What was his name? I don't remember his. It was. I don't think he told us his name, obviously, for
I
reasons.
don't think he
No,
told
he
us
But
his
did.
like,
name.
He did not give us a name.
but like, I do remember like he like gave us. He was like really cool and nice. Um, throughout it, because I guess he just saw us like suffering at barrier, and he was like,
Because I don't know why it was that our side was getting way more pummeled than the other side. Like, our side was worse than the other side.
yeah,
And that's where
like
everyone kind
literally
of came out
people kept.
first. Like,
Oh yeah, that is true. Because like when we were entering in,
all
like
like
it
the
was.
smarter, like people who thought they were smarter walked all the way around. So those are like the more chill, like level-minded people, and everyone else is like, "Look, the stage is right there. Run!" And that's where they ended up.
Ugh. Po- I mean, we ended up where we were because we came in waves, so we kind of had to like figure out like either way we got barrier, and that's kind of what we were aiming for. Like, I'm grateful for the seats. It was really awesome, the whole show. Had it not been for like a couple incidents with people specifically having to carry people out, and and like when we parted like the Red Sea at the end of that concert, finding that girl laid down on the floor, like passed out. That
And
was a
then we were like,
sight. That was
I was like, sis, you need help, and she's like, no, I'm fine. Huh?
she
You're
was
on
like,
the
I'm right.
floor. You cannot get up. What are you talking about? She was like, okay, it's okay. I just
I
need a little bit of air. You need oxygen tank, ma'am. Not just a little bit of air. Like,
Christ. And then what was like the last concert? Love Yourself? God, that was a mess just because of us. That was a mess because of us and no other reason. No
yeah, we
other
just didn't
reason.
plan that right.
Yeah,
No.
we really did not at all.
But the show was good
But
though.
hey,
The
we
show was
got
good.
there.
The traffic was
The show is so good.
insane. The traffic was
Terrible.
insane. Especially when we were leaving. It took like 3 hours to get out of the parking lot. Oh my
We were
god.
literally just sitting there, and then like eventually like two of us fell asleep until we got out.
Did y'all fall asleep? I don't know. I was driving, so I did
I
not
fell
know
asleep,
what the
and I'm
hell was
pretty
going
sure
on.
Yana fell asleep for like we both fell asleep for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. But I guess that's like a summation of the concert experiences. But
We gotta move on.
well, let's move on because I we could literally be talking about this for hours, but you guys don't want to listen to that. So, let us move on to the shit post of the week, where every week I find something on the internet that makes me that makes me go, and want to talk about it.
Okay.
So, what have again? I just generally want to talk more about the barbs and bees beehive conflict that's happening. That I just think is really funny because it's just like the barbs are really working in overdrive. Like I remember, like I think like someone was like tweeting about how like they like failed their law degree and stuff like that. Well, they failed their like sorry, not their law degree. They failed their bar exam. And like some barb in the comments were like, "We don't care. Stream say so." I was just like, "Okay, well, shit." It's like we don't care. Stream say so.
Because nothing else matters. Again, with like you said, jobless behavior.
And then like And then like the Beehive is just dragging Beyonce. They're like that raggedy ass that raggedy weave ass wearing bitch is not has not posted
The
anything
Beehive?
about the remix. Yes, they're dragging Beyonce. They're just like that raggedy ass bitch. Why is she not posting about Why is she not posting about Savage and posting about her stupid
Like,
ass birthday block?
Oh no.
okay, but
Yikes.
like one on the
Like when I
Savage,
tell
I
you I was
saw one.
screaming, bro.
I saw one where it was just
Hmm.
like Megan and Beyonce are not as iconic as Peppa Pig when she hung up on her best friend because she could whistle. That kind of took me out for a minute. Like,
Oh god, I can't. This is a lot. This is why I can't be doing any of those two fandoms. I have enough being an army without like trying to be any of that. Listen, that is a lot. The beehive, the fucking barbs,
Listen,
they're
I
they're
think barbs
much.
are
it is
entertaining.
so much content. So much content. It's
Barbs
so
are
funny.
entertaining as hell. Like I wish they had like a show that was like similar to like Bad Girls Club, but it just had barbs.
No.
So just Barb's Girl Club. Like, and then they would just like use like they'll probably like use like Nicki Minaj quotes in their confessionals, like this bitch, she's a dumb ass bitch. Like, and
Prodigy.
someone in the house is gonna be like, oh, these bitches are my sons. No diapers.
and, and I will retire with the crown. Yes. Like,
Yes. No, I'm not lucky. I'm blessed. Yes.
yes.
Top for the heavyweight champ. Me. But
Me?
I can't do it all alone. We.
Ah.
It's we, bro. We.
I sis, I know the song, but I'm just saying the meme where it goes ah,
Ah.
I have this like
because it's
running
not we,
gag with,
because she's still talking about me.
but I have like this running
Oh god.
gag. Oh, sorry. I have like this running
Wag.
gag with my friend
Wag.
because she's from Jamaica,
Wag.
Queens, and so every time she talks about because she's like very proud for being from Jamaica, Queens. So I'm just like Southside Jamaica, Queens is crazy. Shout out to I don't know why. I don't know why it like takes me out
Because
every
she
time I
still
do
heard
it.
Hollywood couldn't change me.
But yeah, give it up to Barb's. Barb's are the most entertaining corner of the internet. Like I think it's. I remember I made like a tweet about this like recently. I was just like, listen, even though armies are wiling a lot of the time, like I think armies and Barb's are one of the funniest people, or some of the funniest like just stand people on the internet
Must be the
because like
must be the
it has to
toxicity.
be the toxicity of it all, but it's literally hilarious. Like,
I was under the impression that Wyland was spelled with with a Y. Like I don't know why. It just looked like you were writing Willing, and I was like, Willing?
oh
Why? Oh,
yeah, no,
Wyling.
because I did. It is with a Y, but I can't spell.
That I'm sorry
But
for
yeah,
bringing up a past insecurity.
it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, it's fine. You know, it's not like it's not like I could read or anything. That's fine. You know, whatever. Yeah, I loved
Okay.
Barb's. Barb's are entertaining as hell. Yeah, I love it. I
Like I
love
kind of want to
pop.
say don't change. I kind of want to
Never
say like
change.
don't change because
Never
like
change.
y'all give the content that we need in the world for laughter, but like also like half of y'all is terrible.
Oh, absolutely.
Half?
Like
Half? Half? I don't know, man. I be seeing stuff.
most most of y'all is terrible.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing that happens with Army. It's just like it's not so much that everybody in the fandom is terrible. It's just that the very loud people are terrible. Like the very loud ones.
But you know, you have chill Barb's, like you have chill armies. You have Barb's who have been in the game since like when Nicki Minaj was Nicki Lewinsky, so or Nicki the Ninja, if you remember
Oh
that.
gosh.
So you have Barb's who've been there for, and then you have the Barb's who just came out of high school and don't have much to do right now, but they are streaming. They are
No.
streaming the song, so hey. So we'll see who gets number
Hey.
one next week. I'm looking forward to this because no matter who wins,
Oh.
I want to see.
the jokes are gonna write themselves.
Put your bets. I say so.
I'm gonna say Savage by a close. It's gonna be like a very close call.
Very close
Not gonna
match.
lie, I'm also gonna say Savage.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The way Say So gets streams just on its own, like, and then add Nikki. I don't know. I have confidence in Doja's fans and also TikTok. It's a little
Yeah,
easier
but
to
they
do
have
But
Say
Savage is
yeah,
So.
also on
they have
TikTok.
whole
No, no,
beehive.
yeah, but it's like, but also the dances between the two of them, it's harder to do Savage.
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
but
but they're
like
still playing it though.
Savage, they're still playing it more than Say So now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but
if
Say So
you
came out a
go,
while ago, so I
but
mean,
the
whatever.
remix came out.
I'm yeah. So, but for me, I'm just gonna say so. If I'm wrong, I'm
Yeah,
wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my
yeah. I'm gonna
words.
just say Savage because like it's also on a lot of the like rap playlists on Spotify rather than like
Gotcha,
Say So.
gotcha.
Like Say So's not on any of the rap shit. Like they are specifically on pop. So like I don't know. I th- it's gonna be a very close race, definitely. But no matter who
Okay, so what do you
wins, like
guys
I'll,
think?
I'll
Let
be
us know.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know who you guys take.
Well,
We'll
probably
throw
by
up
the
a poll
time
on.
well the Billboard charts come out on Monday, so probably by
Um,
the time
I mean,
this episode comes out, we'll know.
you guys could tell us what you like. Which one you like more, Savage or Say So? That's gonna
Mm.
be an argument.
Oh, yikes! But yeah, that
You
is
know, I
my.
want to see this discourse on Reddit. Like, I would like to see it. Like, which do you like
No,
more,
let
Savage
Are
me
or
there
Say
set
So?
that
barbs
up
on Reddit?
first. There should be. There have to be barbs everywhere.
I would
But
love to see that discourse.
yeah, I guess that should move on to the next one, our recommendation corner. Anyone got anything to
Yes.
recommend?
Always.
Who wants to go first?
Not I, said the cat.
I
Okay, I'll
guess
go
I'll go
first.
first. Oh, okay, cool. Lit. Take it
Oh,
away, Yasmin.
all right then. That's okay. So who I want to recommend? Okay, so I was on Instagram recently, and I saw this artist. And so their Instagram name is Black Girl Anime Art underscore. They're kind of sickening, and because I saw their Demon Slayer art, and you know how I feel about Demon Slayer. A classic
hmm
masterpiece in the making. You know, so I
Masterpiece.
saw her painting of Tanjiro, and I was like, oh, we have to stand. We have to stand. Okay, because if you like go on her page, she does a lot of like paint work. But I've also seen her do like graphic work. Um, and just the like the precision she has, like the line work she has, the coloring in general is just with paint. Like I don't know about you, but I think painting is really hard. Like I rather like play with clay. than paint, to be honest, because
Really?
it's really hard to like get like the shadows right and like the just the overall color right, but like the way she's like doing all of her like she did Tanjiro, she did the flame pillar, I forgot his name at the moment. She did the like it's she did Naruto. That came out. One was fucking fire. Like what? Like period. I'm like, oh, like this is an artiste. This is an artiste. Yes. So yeah, I would like to recommend Black Girl Anime Art underscore for my recommendation for the week. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So go check her out.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Black Girl Anime Art underscore. And they also
Yeah,
do
we'll put her on
commissions,
our.
so hit her up.
Ooh,
Yes. They have
lovely. All right. What about you, Kimura? What are you recommending? All right. What about you, Kimura? What do you have to recommend?
I also have um someone that we also follow on our Instagram. Her name is like her Instagram name is Madara's daughter, and she is super funny. You can also find her on TikTok, Madara's daughter. Like she does like skits. She has a YouTube channel. She cosplays, and I just generally find her content very funny. Like she does like regular makeup looks, but also like her cosplays are kind of like different because it's not just like anime. Like she does like cartoon cosplays too. Like the like specifically like the villains from Courage Cali Dog. Like she did some of those, and I was just like, you don't see that a lot.
Yo, that is original as hell. What?
yeah.
And also she's like she's so pretty, and I'm just like, damn bitch, you mad pretty followers. Where are they? You know, run her clout, specifically her skits be very funny. So that's my recommendation.
Why? Where are the people who deserve to be seeing your content?
Facts. But yeah, so that kind of wraps up our episode. Episode 3. Boo 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 boo.
We
Should make
made
it
it to 3 episodes.
yay.
That's
So
wild.
yeah. So follow us on social media at Anibabes Podcast. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, I believe. We are on Reddit now.
Yeah, we're working on
Um,
Reddit. We're working on Reddit.
we'll get there.
No problem.
And anything else to promote? Um,
Nah, just follow us, interact with us. How about you tell us your worst concert? Honestly, if you guys have us on Twitter, tell us your worst concert experiences. Like what was your favorite concert? What was your favorite concert? How do you feel about BTS? How do you feel about K-pop in general? Just talk to us, interact with us. Definitely. I posed the question specifically: what is your worst concert experience? It doesn't have to be a K-pop concert. It could be any concert. I know some of y'all went to uh, probably some Fallout Boy concerts. Those could be bad.
mm,
Even if it's just like an underground, like basement concerts. Like, what's the worst thing that's happened to you at a concert? Just let us know. Interact with us. Even if you guys want to like recommend us creators and content creators, we're always looking for like small accounts. Even if you want to like talk about your creations and like we can shout you out here right on our platform. You know, no problem. We respect all artists, content creators, and everything else. You put a lot of work into your art. We put a lot of work into ours, and we'd love to see it. We'd love to check it out, check you guys out.
yes. So yes, follow us and interact again at Annababes Podcast on all social media sites. And also follow us on Spotify or wherever you listen to platforms, podcasts. Yes, follow us, take a listen, recommend it to your friends, your mama, your daddy, your grandpa, your cousins, your third aunt removed. Yes, give us a like. Okay, so signing off here now. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace, y'all. Mwah.
We love you. Bye.